Welcome to MeepleTown! Hey! Home Alone is a 2 to 4 player game by Big G Creative. In Home Alone, you're playing 1 versus 1 or 1 versus many. So one player will be Kevin and all other players will be the bandits. In order for the bandits to win, they will need to collect $2,000 worth of loot in a 2-player game, $2,200 worth in a 3-player game, and $2,400 worth in a 4-player game. In order for Kevin to win, he just prevents the bandits from getting that much loot. So here's how the game is played. All players draw 6 cards, and then there are going to be 3 loot cards that are drawn. When the 3 loot cards are drawn, you actually share them with all players, so the bandits know the value of what's going to be hidden. But Kevin then gets to flip these cards over and put them in whatever order he wants to. So if he wants to put the more valuable cards in the lines that cost more to get in, he can absolutely do that. He also takes his 6 cards and distributes them however he wants to. He doesn't even have to distribute all of them because the game ends when the bandit card deck is exhausted. So he may want to save some of the better cards for later or for some more valuable loot later on in the game or whatever. So what happens is the bandits now, after the cards have been laid out, is they pick one of these places to enter. So if the bandits say, let's enter the upstairs window, first thing they do is they pay the cost to break in. In this situation, it costs 1 card from the hand. So let's just say you discard this card right here. And then it also costs a card from the hand or a card from your deck. And so let's just say we decided to do that. Now we flip over and see what trap is set before us. Oh no, it's a decoy, which is really great for the bandits because that means you don't have to do anything. Here Kevin may place decoys to prevent people from going for maybe higher loot because they think there are more traps. The bandits then flip over the next card and they have to disarm the trap in order for them to get the loot. And in order for them to do that, they either pay the cost, which is whatever the Christmas light is here. So this would say you need 1 green light bulb, or you discard a card from your hand and then discard another card from your hand or a card from your deck. Lucky for the bandits, they have a green card. Even though there's red and green here, it doesn't matter. They can discard this card and they can grab the loot. And in this situation, they grab 500 bucks worth. That's pretty awesome. Now, if they want to, they can continue to play. They can come to the downstairs window and then again, pay 1 to get in and flip over this card. And now it's tar on the steps. Well, if you see this paint bucket, Kevin then gets to roll the die. And he rolled a blank here, which means nothing happens. If he rolls again, and for example rolls a red, then the bandits have to discard a card with a red light bulb there. So now they're down to 2. You may also see that some of the cards just have cool advantages. So here, this just simply reads, disarm any 1 revealed trap. So if the bandits wanted to use this, they could disarm this trap. But they're gonna have to go through this one as well in order for them to get the loot. And so that's basically the way the game is played. Again, Kevin is just trying to prevent the bandits from getting the loot. The bandits are trying to get their $2,000 or whatever they want, and that's how the game is played. Let's see what John and Dean think about it.
Merry Christmas, you filthy residents of MeepleTown. Today we're looking at the Home Alone card game by Big G Creative. And let's go ahead and start talking about the art and components. John, what'd you think?
Sure. Well, I like the art and components. It has this cool like Christmas sweater vibe and everything looked really solid to me. I really like how it says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. I mean, what a line, right?
Yes.
In that movie on the front of the box. But everything was really solid. I liked the boards that you play. I thought they were pretty quality. The only complaint I have are the cards.
Oh yeah, the cards are not good at all.
Yeah.
As soon as they came out of the box, they went directly into sleeves because they're just not great quality cards. For a cheaper game, I guess that's what you expect, but not great. But the art, you're absolutely right. I love the art style in this game. It's exactly what I would want in a Christmas game. I want to pull out a game that looks like a Christmas sweater, right? And that's exactly what this game does. So art gets big 2 thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I like the art as well.
All right, what about gameplay? What'd you think?
So I thought the gameplay was decent. I played it with my kids. I played it one-on-one with my wife. I've been able to play the Kevin side, and I've been able to play the sticky or wet bandits. I guess whatever Home Alone 1 or 2 you're on, Marv and Harry. I've played both sides. I prefer being the bandit personally. I thought that it was fun how you were Kevin and you got to set traps, or you were the burglar and you went in and tried to disarm them or whatever. But overall, I thought the gameplay was just okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, same thing. Now, okay. Their big shtick is having games that are very approachable for the family, and games that typically have a well-known IP, and that's exactly what this game is.
Yeah.
This gameplay is not going to wow you. It's not going to blow you away, but it does kind of feel a little bit like you are one of the wet bandits or sticky bandits or Kevin. You're Kevin laying the traps, and the cool thing, I guess this isn't necessarily gameplay, but that you're going to be quoting the movie as as these traps are coming up, and these memories from the movies they're going to come up, and I think that's kind of cool.
I did like the cards that had effects where, like, if you get the stereo as a burglar and you get 2 cards that are stereos, it goes from 200 to 600 and then maybe even to 1200.
Yes.
That was actually probably my favorite part of the gameplay. And even Kevin, like, if they disarm the fan or something, you can put it back into your hand.
Yeah.
So I almost wish they had more of those. I don't know. They had plenty of them. That was my favorite part, I guess. The paint bucket was kind of cool. There's a paint bucket die, and you roll it. And if you get it on red, they have to, lose one of their cards. So that was cool, too. So those are my favorite parts of the gameplay.
Yeah, super annoying if you're the bandits when you get the paint bucket to come out and you get hit in the face by that. That's a pretty annoying.
And it's really annoying if you're Kevin and you can't roll anything but blanks.
Yes.
And you're like, no.
Yeah.
But you are right. My kids jumped into it like that.
Yeah.
My wife jumped into it like that. We just dove right in and we were able to play. So that is the really big positive in my book, is that it is quick, it's approachable, you can just go right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So highlights and lowlights of the game. What do you think about the highlights?
Yeah, so it's very approachable.
Yes.
And it's Home Alone. I mean, just to be real, I love the Home Alone movies. I watched them when I was a kid. I vividly remember the first time I saw Home Alone. It's like I was pretty young. Love that. I love how it's approachable. I love how my family can dive right in and play the game. Those are my highlights. Even those cards, the way they interact, I like those as well. How about you?
Yeah, so for my highlights, I would say artwork for sure is probably my favorite thing about the game, along with the IP of Home Alone. Those are my favorite things. And the quick gameplay. This game plays in about 15 or 20 minutes, which if you want a quick Christmas game before you start watching your Hallmark movies at night with your wife, this is the game. This is the game to play. Don't watch the Hallmark movies, but play this game. And then go on to watch some Christmas movies. For lowlights, for me, the quality of the cards, they're not great. And honestly, the gameplay, I want more out of it.
I did want more.
And I get it. I get that this is what they set out to do, this very thing, and they accomplished that well. For me personally, I would like a little bit more out of the game. Maybe some more cards, some more features to the game. I don't know what exactly that looks like, but I just want more.
Well, that's one of the things that I thought about as a low light. Whenever you're trying to break into the window or the door or whatever, you have these little tiles. I thought, why didn't you make like a little burglar meeple or something? You know what I mean? Because all you do is point at it and say, I'm going here. Like, you could put an extra component there. Just little touches like that, I'm sure would have raised the price.
Sure.
But I thought that would make it a whole lot better, because it really just feels like a deck of cards, kind of.
Yeah, and you're right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So let's get to the final thoughts and ratings of the game. John, what'd you think for your final thoughts?
All right, so it's approachable. I love Home Alone. Those are, again, the highlights. I love that part about it. The components could be a little better. I personally would like to see just a little more depth, but that's me. My kids love this game, and they enjoy how quick and how simple it is. So on a scale of 1 to 6 meeples, I've wrestled with this. Like, I'm going to go ahead and give it 3 meeples.
Okay. I'm
going to give it 3 meeples. Part of me wanted to even go a tad bit lower, just because compared to a lot of other games that are really great, it's just okay. But I'm going to give it 3 out of 6. What would you say, Dean?
Yeah, for me, I would say this game fits an interesting niche. It's a quick, It's a quick Christmas game. I really love the theme of it. The artwork's really cool. It's a game you can pull out, and play very quickly at night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great, and that is some great features to the game. Take away the theme completely, and this game is a 2, maybe even a 1 for me. But I would give it a 3 just because it fits a niche that I don't have in my collection. I own this game, and it's now going to stay in my collection. But again, if it wasn't Home Alone, I don't think it would be there at all, and honestly, I don't even think I would give it we wouldn't be doing a review, I don't think, because I wouldn't have even looked at it.
And I almost, even though it's Home Alone, gave it a 2. I was really wrestling with that. But because it is Home Alone, there's not a ton of Christmas games out there. We can watch the movies and now play this game. So, it's at Target for $20?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Is it worth $20? Bought it? Would you buy it again?
If you are a big Home Alone fan, and I am, this game is worth it for $20 for sure. And you can often find it on sale at Target as well. Yeah. So for me, yes, it is worth the $20, but again, only because of the theme, and it's a Christmas game, and I don't have a lot of those.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If it wasn't Home Alone, I would never buy this game, and it would probably be a 1 or a 2, just to be blunt. But because it's Home Alone, because it's Christmas, I would buy it again, just for the 2 or 3 plays we may get in, over the Christmas holidays. So
yeah, so that's going to do it for our review of Home Alone. John gives it a 3, and I also give it a 3. We both recommend buying it if you really, really enjoy the Home Alone theme. So that's going to do it for our review of Home Alone, the card game. Thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more tabletop talk and reviews, check out the MeepleTown podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Simply search MeepleTown. That's all one word, MeepleTown. We'd also love to hear from you on Twitter at MeepleTown Games, and join our guild, MeepleTown, on Board Game Geek, guild number 3407. Thanks again for coming down to MeepleTown.